welcome back to Tina's Tea. I just wanted to give you a shop update, let you know what's been going on. For those of you who don't follow me on social media, which I don't think is anybody at this point, but just in case I'm covering my bases. So, October was pretty much one of the longest decades of my life. Started off strong with a stomach virus, continued with it's uncomfortable talking about this still. You know, there's stuff that happened that I haven't even told my best friend. I haven't told anybody because it's still too painful and weird, and I need distance from this place. Maybe in like a year, I'll tell the full story of everything that happened. I will say I have not faced such psychological cruelty and insanity since I lived with my aunt, so there's that. I basically lived with Jack from The Shining for 3 days. My roommate had a psychotic break, and I'm as much as I'm Wonder Woman, I'm not Wonder Woman. I'm still human, and I kind of stopped eating and sleeping, and I wound up in the hospital myself after getting assaulted, and then just like having a nervous breakdown. You will notice there is no longer a spike in my nose. It was smacked out of my face while I was sleeping. So that was pretty cool. And then when I got to the hospital, let's just say medical malpractice. It's This is 2 weeks later, and I'm still bruised. I'm still sore. I look terrible. The other night I was scratching an itch on my arm, and I was like, what's that ridge on my arm? And then I realized, oh, the vein on the top of my arm that doesn't usually stick out was like bulging a little. Because I guess whatever they did to me with improper IV placement and all that, I wasn't able to work the first few days I came home, and even if I had been able to work, I wouldn't have. I was like in a total freaking panic, just bagging stuff up, throwing stuff out, like, I gotta get out of here, I gotta get out of here. So I am moving eventually. It's not gonna be until after New Year's because, I wanna save up money. Black Friday's coming, blah, blah, blah. I gotta work through the holidays, and also, it takes time to find a new place. I wanna move upstate. Doesn't have anything to do with the election. This was planned before the election. In case you're wondering, he's Swedish Sugar now. He claims to have no recollection of what he did. Well, I was there. I know what you did, buddy boy. Anyway, he's Swedish Sugar, and every time he comes home, I want to vomit. So I just got to deal with it for a little while longer, and then. So I wanted to let you know, I am back to work. Still not at full capacity. I would also like to stress that I was not burnt out on work. I am at my happiest if I am working a 16-hour day and I lay my head down on the pillow at night and I'm like, yeah, I got so much done. I did a good job. Work is not the stressor here. Everything else is, unfortunately. Anyway, so I am plowing through my queue of orders. Did take a brief break to send out an Advent first because one of my customers seemed very frustrated and disappointed that she did not get her Advent on time. And I don't want my customers to be frustrated and disappointed. That is absolutely the last thing I want. And I know it's not my fault that I couldn't work. I'm not blaming myself. However, I would like to make amends for it. So I sent her box out first. I would also like to take this moment to decree, as Queen of Yarnia, that spooky season is lasting until Thanksgiving this year. That's how it's going. So when you get your Halloween Advent, it will be right on time, and it should be before Thanksgiving. Unless your name is Neil and you live in Britain, in which case I can't make any guarantees, and I'm sorry, I love you so much, Neil. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to get through those. I'm optimistic. Delusional optimism is what's been getting me through all this. I am delusionally optimistic, perhaps, but I think that by the end of the weekend I'll be done with my regular orders, and then next week I can just crank out the Advents. I will make it a point to send Niels first because he's so far away. But it's, I was grateful for the opportunity to send hers out first because I learned a few things about this stuff I bought for the Advent, namely that this beautiful mulberry sort of tissue paper. It's like handmade mulberry tissue paper. I mean, it wasn't expensive, it's from China, but it doesn't like having things stuck to it. So like the little poem stickers were kind of unsticking, and I mean washi tape doesn't really stick to anything, but like I taped off the ends with washi tape so it kind of looked like one of those Christmas cracker things. Yeah, a couple issues there too. So I had to seal over the poem with packing tape, which kind of ruins the aesthetic a little bit. So I think what I'm gonna do is just get some fancy tissue paper because yeah, that wasn't working out for me. So yeah, so there's a shop update. Back to work, doing the best I can, getting through stuff as best I can. I do have a delivery of yarn coming today, so if you ordered anything on Tricatcher and you've been waiting for it, that'll go out Monday or tomorrow if it's dry enough. I don't know. Maybe I'll get like super duper lucky. It should be delivered between actually now and 1:15, so there's a good chance that I could possibly get stuff out tomorrow. As far as other stuff goes, I'm sure you've noticed that my hair is very red. The reason for that is because the last color I had, some of you may remember, the Lime Crime Butterscotch, which was not really butterscotch colored, it just faded so freaking fast, and the green kept coming back. It was so frustrating. I know it's a semi-permanent, but I've used Manic Panic, I've used Adore Me. This is actually an Adore Me color. This is called Truly Red. They don't fade quite that fast. This was like two washes and it's mostly out of my ends, and so I would have like a spicy brown top and then green, like an ashy green color, and that doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. My hair is screwed up enough by being like half curly, so I don't need the color to be screwed up on top of that. So the best way to get rid of green is red. So I'm hoping that when this fades, it's not a pinkish color, but maybe it'll be like a brown color. I'll take an ash brown. I don't care, as long as it's not green. As far as knitting stuff goes, I have been desperate to knit, but I don't really have the mental capacity to look at patterns right now or do anything complicated. So what I've been doing is I made like a kid's scarf here. I'm gonna wash it and block it and throw it in the shop. It's pretty short. It's not a long scarf. I don't know. Maybe some adults like short scarves. I personally, here, let's see. I like to wear my scarves double wrapped like that, but that doesn't really work. I don't know. I guess if you want a scarf that doesn't have ends, I mean, I guess you could also like, I don't know. I have a fat neck, so if you have a skinny neck, don't go by my neck. It's a pretty scarf though. This is a leftover yarn from the sweater I did with the color work, the inner circle sweater for the Mama Nevins knit along. And I'm working on another one now. It's a really simple stitch. This is the leftover yarn from my Garfield sweater. Knit across the front, and the back is knit, slip with yarn in front, purlwise, and then knit just across. Odd number of stitches. Super duper easy, like mind numbingly boring if you are somebody who doesn't like boring patterns, but if you're like me and you just need to knit and you are freaking out about everything, so you don't really want to look at stuff, but you just have to get knitting in here and there, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And plus, it's really cool because it's almost like stockinette, except it's not, and it doesn't curl at all. It literally, this is not blocked. This is fresh off the freaking needles. It's a really great stitch. Highly recommend it. I don't know what it's called though. I'm sure there's a name for it. Um, oh, the gloves, the purple gloves. Remember those purple gloves? Yeah, so I had actually assembled one, but the problem was, and I guess I didn't really think this through well enough, is because it was just held on by the button. It was extremely floppy. Like the bow just kept flopping all over the place. And even though I did block the rectangles, because it's stockinette, it is going to curl in on itself and you're not going to get that nice bow shape. So I thought to myself, well, I'm going to sew it down. I'll just, sew it down. Easy peasy, right? Then I didn't really want to sew it down. I really hate sewing, you guys. It is not my jam. And then I thought to myself, hey, you've got fabric glue. Okay, technically it's not like really fabric glue. It's glue for sticking gems to fabric. But if it sticks gems to fabric, then it should stick fabric to fabric. I mean, worst comes to worst, I could always just go get like actual fabric glue. And I wrestled with that and I was like, girl, who are you? How low have you sunk? Are you really that low right now in life that you can't do a couple stitches and sew down a bow? So I decided to rip it apart and start over. Because I feel like, the bow could have been sewn down better too. I think I might use like actual sewing thread. I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. So the thing is, I gotta be in the mood for a project like that. So I've been trying to get myself in the mood by leaving it. I have one glove in the kitchen and I have one glove in the living room with the bow and the button just like sitting there staring at me. So if I stare at it long enough, maybe I'll get in the mood. So, oh, one more thing. I did want to revamp my Patreon because I'm going to need all the help I can get to get out of here and move upstate. I was thinking about, so like first tier, $3 a month, you get your name on the credits. You're producer of the show. Next tier would be like $8, you get your name in the credits, but you also get a stitch marker every month. Next tier would be all of the above, but you also get to vote on a topic that I will do a long form episode on. And it could be literally anything. It doesn't have to be knitting or yarn related. We could talk about the ruins of Atlantis. We could talk about the price of tomatoes in China. Or we could talk about knitting drama on Craftsnark. Like it, whatever you want to talk about, because this is for you. I would love to hear your ideas on rewards you would like to see for the Kickstarter. I really have to devote some brain power to this. It's hard for me to think of stuff like that. I don't know, but because this is for you as well, it's not just what I want to do. I want to know what rewards you would like to see, and of course, I can't guarantee that they're going to come true. Like, it might not be feasible. I might just be totally uninterested in it or whatever. But I'm still interested in hearing your ideas and what you would like to see and have. I was thinking also about people who want to support me but don't knit or crochet. Ways that they could do that via Patreon. So, uh, and like beyond the $3 tier, they actually get something physical for their contribution. Maybe like a different T-shirt design every month or something, or I don't know. We'll figure that out. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that was really all I wanted to talk about. I may have cat hair on my face. My eyes are so gooky right now, and I'm not quite sure if it's because my blood pressure hasn't fully gone down yet, or if it's because there's a chance I might have counterfeit contact lenses in. I'm not joking. This company is like a little too good to be true. I've been ordering from a place called Perfect Lens World, and their prices are way lower than everybody else. But I seem to have, I don't remember what the issue was with the last order of contacts I had, but I don't know, this one is just like, everything is a little bit blurry right now. Everything has been a little bit blurry. Like, I can't read fine print anymore all of a sudden. Could be I just need a new lens prescription. Not willing to accept that yet if that's the case. Might try buying contact lenses from somewhere else and see how that goes. Or maybe I might just take them out for a few days and wear glasses. Let's see how. Anyway, yeah, so I guess that's it. As I said, I'm going to get back to work right now. Well, I'm going to eat lunch first. And then I'm going to get back to work and I'm going to plow through orders. This is my second time recording, by the way, because on the first try, the sound cut out like a couple minutes from the end, and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? So, if I didn't mention it in this episode, or this take rather, I wanted to make it clear that work was not the stressor here. I think I did mention that in this take. I don't know. But let me reiterate, it bears repeating. It absolutely bears repeating. Work was not the stressor here. So, yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. I will certainly be back soon with another update next week. Hopefully, by the end of next week, I will have made good progress on the advents and good progress on everything else as well. Yeah, okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys so much for your patience and your kind words. I have the best customers in the whole freaking world. I mean, you guys are the friendliest, loveliest, most wonderful bunch of people. So, I will talk to you soon, and I hope you have a good week.